this one very important question I have in my mind that why sometimes we struggle getting up in the morning, and sometimes that window is maybe for weeks, and sometimes that window where we struggle to get up in the morning. We get up from the sleep, by the way. I'm not saying that. It's not that you're sleeping very deep, even late morning or early day of the day. It's not. We rarely do that, right? If your sleep is very deep, even in the morning after 7, 8, 9, I think you should feel very fortunate about it. But most of the times, uh, in my case, because this will vary from person to person, in my case, most of the times I used to come out from my sleep around 6 a.m., coming out from my sleep, very conscious. But I used to get up around 10 o'clock. So, 4 hours, what I'm doing in the bed, I have only one option, thinking, right? Because if you're not sleeping and if your eyes are closed, you have access to only internal visualization, which is the product of your thoughts, right? If your eyes are open, then you might be busy. One might decide getting up early in the morning and start Netflix right now, or maybe reels, or maybe social media. Then you are busy in external visualization. But normally we don't do that. Unfortunately, we end our nights with social media, but we don't start our morning, especially this kind of morning, right, where you're getting up from your sleep. Listen very carefully, and then from at around 6, and there's a difference of almost 3 to 4 hours when you get up from your bed. So, as a student of observation, I decided to observe without any thoughts in my mind, negative feeling about those thoughts in my mind. That what exactly I'm thinking all this for us. So I'm aware about my thoughts. See, when you are watching your thoughts, you're still in the present. If you are reacting to your thoughts, then you might go to past or future. But if you are just watching your thoughts without any emotion, within your capacity, of course, you're still in the present. You're watching something. Watching is present. What you can do in the present is watching. Exactly, right? You can't think in the present. You always watch in the present. So I said, let me watch my thoughts, watch my thoughts, watch my thoughts. And then I realized most of these thoughts are negative thoughts only, because I'm talking about that phase of my life where a lot of ups and downs were going in my life. So most of those thoughts are negative thoughts only. Why this happened, and if this happened, and if someone will say something like this, and if I say something like this, then that person will react. All those kind of nonsense conversation with people in your mind. Uh, all this is the nature of those thoughts in my case, right? And then I realized, is my thought stopping me? I asked myself, I'm telling myself in those 4 hours, hey, get up, Ravi, get up from the bed. But I'm still there. I'm still there in the bed. So when when I was watching my thoughts, I realized, okay, let me ask one more question. What is exactly stopping me? What is stopping me? Is my thought stopping me, or is my body stopping me? Right? Because understand, your cell, it has memory. Every cell has memory, and for days and weeks and for months, if you have the same pattern that you get up from your sleep around 6, and then you get up from your bed after maybe 9 or 10, maybe after that, so you develop that pattern for your cell. Cell is memory. When we expect from this cells that it should remember driving, which is good thing, driving is not good or bad for cells. Memory is memory. So when you're training your body for weeks and months and for years, like this of sleep pattern, you're training your body. It's memory. So I realized this. Okay, my body is not allowing me. Then I asked my question. I asked one more question. That why? Why my body is not allowing me to get up? Then I realized that it's a machine. It needs energy. Any machine to move, it's pure physics, right? Any machine to move, it needs some kind of energy. And here there's no energy, because if you're living this kind of life, uh, especially the word which is given to this particular state of mind is depression and the sadness, unhappy in your life. And if you're living this kind of life, that will create that kind of memory only. Right? So all 4 hours we are actually in pain, right? Thinking about something which is wrong, a painful memory, and then we are getting up early in the morning in the pain. Okay, if I cut down all the points and all the conversation going in my mind, and if I come to this point again, what are my key observation? First, of course, my thoughts are keeping me so busy in those 4 hours. So I'm busy somewhere watching my thoughts and reacting to it. I'm busy, still busy, right? Bad busy, good busy doesn't make any sense. Busy is busy. Or my body has a memory, and most of the cases is a painful memory, and that painful memory, that 4 hours is also, we are investing too much of calories in thinking. So already you have not taken food and anything all the night, and then early in the morning you are spending a lot of, by the way, we spend 1.5 calories every minute when we think. So there's a huge amount of calories going on, emotions going on, and your body is exhausted, your memory is not supporting. So before you get up from the bed, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you're already gone. You're already gone. You will take few more hours. Even if you get up, you will take few more hours from come from that vicious cycle of thinking, right? So what I did, of course, you have to find your ways of coming out from this problem, but I can share what I did. See, I always believe in this: my life, my rules, my style. So when I say my rules, there has to be rules. I have to make a rule. So one rule I have made, that if I'm observing, and if there is a thought that Praveen get up, there is a proper thought that Praveen get up. It's okay, your body is not supporting, but doesn't mean that your body doesn't have that much of energy enough to get up. Praveen get up, right? Are you listening to it? Are you listening to that thought? And sometimes I used to get that thought even at 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. I used to get up at around 10. But I'm not listening to it. I said, I will not. I will not. So you actually building the whole memory of, you are expecting something from yourself only, and you are not only doing it. And then the problem lies here that when you do this, imagine that you have a relationship where you are expecting from someone something which is very basic, very important, very nice, and that person is not doing it, you will not like that person. Similarly, when we know that getting up, sleeping like this, it's not about sleep and all, but I'm just investing huge amount of time and energy in making things worst for my body, for my soul, for everyone, even your family members. So you know it's wrong, but then you decide not to get up. So the one rule I have made, that I will get up on my first call. I don't use alarms, but I will get up at my first call. The reason I don't use alarm, because there's no logic of getting up same day every day. It means your nights are monotonous. See, here in Himalaya, Himalaya is hosting artists from all over the world, the singers, and the dancers, and the storytellers. And there's something called jamming in Himalayas, where like-minded artists, they sit together and they sing, they dance, they tell stories. So many, in a week, you will find 2 to 3 times we are uh, investing this time to acquire this very positive energy from those people, and sometimes even knowledge, skills. So I have no idea what time I will sleep. Right? So I don't put any alarm, but normally after 6 to 7 hours, your sleep will open, and then you have to ask yourself, hey, do you want to get up? If I say no, I can still sleep. But if I say yes, then I have to. Then you have to listen to yourself. So, to be very precise answer to this question, in case if this question is there in your mind, that how do I get up early in the morning before I enter into that vicious cycle of negative thoughts and which can ruin your entire day. First, observe, watch the thoughts, don't react to it. That's, of course, the most important thing. But ask yourself, hey, do you want to get up? And if the answer is yes, just follow that. You have to listen to yourself.